Hello, my name is Anthony, and I have had obsessive-compulsive disorder and/or generalized anxiety disorder for my entire life. OCD, for those of you who don't know, is when you have obsessions and compulsions about doing things that you just psychologically feel you have to do. Generalized anxiety disorder is when you just are really anxious and get really nervous about pretty much everything, whether it be monumental or even day-to-day. I don't have OCD any longer. I did have it when I was younger, however, I still have generalized anxiety disorder, GAD. And one of the reasons that I don't have OCD anymore is because I have worked on my obsessions and compulsions and anxieties. And the way you do that is, just as you mentioned, uh, you bring up situations that trigger your obsessions or compulsions or anxieties, and you just do them anyway, get through the situation. But I've gotten to a point where I have more or less stopped working on my anxieties and some of my leftover obsessions. And this is sort of disappointing to me, but it leads me to my big problem with the world. And my big problem is that people don't give each other credit for things that are psychologically difficult. Um, and this is a real problem because I can do so much more when someone recognizes what I've done is difficult. Um, for instance, my doctor, when I was younger, um, always was like, you have high blood pressure, you have high blood pressure. Not too high to need anything to need to do anything about it, but higher than normal, on the higher end of normal. And um, my current doctor, when he heard about this, basically was like, well, you have generalized anxiety disorder, right? Yes. Well, we just take your blood pressure in the middle of the appointment instead of at the beginning or in addition to the beginning. And once you get into a comfortable situation, your blood pressure goes down and goes back to normal. And indeed, my blood pressure numbers are beautiful, almost exactly the recommended numbers every time uh, when my blood pressure is taken during the middle of a doctor's appointment. And it's something small, but it makes me feel much more comfortable, and I feel more comfortable with this doctor than I did with my previous doctor. And my previous doctor was great, don't get me wrong, but it's just a little something that makes you feel a little better, and uh, just if we could all recognize each other's triumphs in life, I think we would all be motivated to do a lot more because people would appreciate the effort. So, in closing, I just want to say good job, Hank, for going to food camp, and good job for taking a really cold shower. I appreciate how hard that can be. So keep up the good work, and DFTBA.